What if I told you that your sweet, innocent little cat has a strict list of rules they expect you to follow? And what if I told you you are probably breaking every single one of them, every single day? Look, most cat owners think they are doing a great job. You provide the food, you clean the litter box, and you offer endless cuddles. But suddenly, your cat walks away from you. Or worse, they bite you out of nowhere. You probably think they are just being moody. But here is the harsh truth. Cats have silent, unspoken expectations. They test you on these rules constantly, and if you keep breaking them, they won't complain. They will just quietly, slowly, lose their trust in you. Welcome back to Feline Fanatics, the only channel that decodes the deep, mysterious, and sometimes judgmental minds of our furry overlords. Today, we are exposing the 6 unspoken rules your cat expects you to follow. If you break rule number 2, you will end up bleeding. And rule number 6, it reveals their ultimate final verdict on you. Hit that subscribe button, cat servants, and let's fix your mistakes before it's too late. Let's start with rule number 1, the rule that almost everyone gets completely wrong, staring into your cat's eyes. Have you ever looked straight into those beautiful, glowing eyes, thinking you are sharing a deep, loving moment, only for your cat to suddenly turn their head away and leave the room? You probably thought they just got distracted by a bug. But here is what was actually happening in their brain. In feline language, direct eye contact is absolutely not a sign of love. It is a direct challenge. When you lock eyes with your little ninja and hold that stare, even for just a few seconds too long, your cat reads it as an act of pure aggression. It is hardwired deep into their DNA. In the wild, a prolonged stare between two cats is the final warning right before a violent fight breaks out. So, every time you gaze into their eyes, your cat is sitting there wondering why their giant, clumsy human is threatening them. The right move is incredibly simple. Look at your cat softly, give them a very slow blink, and then look away. That slow blink is the true way to say, I love you in their world. You are telling them, I am closing my eyes because I trust you. Rule number 2, petting your cat for too long. Why does your cat go from purring loudly on your lap to suddenly turning into a tiny vampire and biting your hand? You didn't do anything wrong, right? Wrong. You did do something wrong. You just didn't know when to stop. Cats have a very strict neurological threshold for physical touch. Their hair follicles are highly sensitive antennas. Once you cross that invisible line, what started as pleasure turns into painful overstimulation. When that switch flips, your cat isn't being mean. They are simply telling you that you broke the petting rule. Researchers call this petting-induced aggression. If you remember our previous video about why cats bite, you know exactly what I am talking about. The static electricity builds up, their nerves scream, and bam, the trap closes. The signs are always there before the bite. Their tail starts twitching, their ears flatten back like airplane wings, their skin ripples. The rule is pet in short sessions. When you see the tail thump, stop. Let them decide when they want more. Moving on to rule number 3, destroying their favorite spot. You know that one specific spot your cat always sleeps in? Maybe it is an old blanket, a weird corner of the couch, or a garbage cardboard box. What happens when you move it because you are cleaning the house? To you, you are just tidying up. But to your cat, you just dropped a nuclear bomb on their territory. Cats do not see your house the way you do. They map their entire world through invisible scent markers. Every spot they claim gets marked with pheromones from their cheeks and paws. That is their way of saying, this is my safe zone. I belong here. When you move their favorite bed to a different room, your cat feels completely displaced. A study from the Journal of Feline Medicine found that environmental disruption is a massive trigger for anxiety. They might even stop eating or avoid the litter box. The rule here is absolute respect. If your cat has chosen a spot, it is a deliberate decision. If you must move it, shift it a few inches at a time over several days so they can adjust. Rule number 4, talking to them while they eat. Be honest. Do you ever stand next to your cat while they are munching on their dinner, saying sweet things and petting their back? It feels like a bonding moment, but your cat hates it. In the wild, Mealtime is the single most dangerous moment for any predator. Their head is down, their vision is blocked, and their guard is completely lowered. That ancient survival instinct does not disappear just because they live in a safe apartment. When you hover over their food bowl and talk to them, their survival brain goes into high alert. They cannot fully relax because part of their brain is tracking your movements. This hidden stress causes them to eat too fast, which leads to throwing up on your favorite rug. If you have multiple cats, putting their bowls too close together creates the exact same panic. The rule is simple. When your furry overlord is eating, back off. Give them space. No talking, no petting. That 5 minutes of eating time belongs strictly to them. Rule number 5. Ignoring them when you walk through the door. When you come home tired after a long day at work, what is the first thing you do? You drop your keys, look at your phone, and kick off your shoes. You probably walk right past your cat who is sitting in the hallway. You figure you will pet them later, but to your cat, that exact moment meant everything. Cats do not greet each other casually. When your cat takes the time to wait by the door, watch you walk in, and give you a soft little chirp that is a deeply respectful social ritual. They are officially acknowledging you, and they expect you to acknowledge them back. When you ignore that moment, your cat doesn't throw a temper tantrum. They just quietly file it away in their memory. Over time, those missed greetings add up. They stop meeting you at the door, not because they don't love you, but because they learn that you do not respect the greeting rule. The fix takes 2 seconds. When you walk in, drop your bags, look at them, give a slow blink, and say hello. That is all they ever wanted. And finally, rule number 6, where your cat sleeps at night. Have you ever wondered why your cat chooses their specific sleeping spot? Maybe they sleep directly on your chest, or at the foot of your bed, or maybe they sleep in a completely different room. Remember what we said about staring? How cats constantly evaluate threats? This is where it all comes together. Where your cat sleeps is the final, ultimate verdict on how safe they truly feel around you. A cat who sleeps on your chest right next to your face is telling you something incredibly powerful. They are placing themselves in their most vulnerable, unconscious state right next to your vital organs. That is complete surrender and absolute trust. A cat who sleeps at the foot of the bed still loves you, but they are keeping a strategic distance for an easy escape. And a cat who sleeps in another room entirely? It might mean that something in your daily routine, maybe you breaking the rules we just talked about, is making them feel a little unsure. But the beautiful thing about cats is forgiveness. Every single day is a new chance to follow the rules they have been quietly waiting for you to understand. Are you breaking these rules without knowing it? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to dive deeper into rule number 2 and discover exactly how to stop your cat from biting you forever, click the video on the left. Or, if you want to understand the deep emotional science behind rule number 6 and why your cat chooses to sleep on you, click the video on the right. Hit that like button to show your feline master some respect, subscribe to Feline Fanatics, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep purring.